So today we'll be doing a project presentation for the module FMA, and we'll be presenting about part 2, which is the performance measurement. So the company that we shall be presenting on is BreadTalk Group Limited, and we are from DBKF 03. So let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Wei.
I'm Sue.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm Preston.
Alright, so shall we start? Alright, so the first thing that we shall talk about is an overview of our performance measurement framework. So as you can see, we only have the first two, and the next two shall be the next slide. So the first one is the financial perspective. So as each perspective has two questions, so each question has its own goals, measures, and targets. So the first goal is portfolio diversification. So the measure is by seeing if we can acquire businesses in non-F&B industries, and the target is yes. Alright, the second goal is to increase profitability. So how do we know if we succeed? So we will be looking at the net profit margin, and the target we achieved here is 10% of net profit margin. And the second perspective is customer. So the first goal is to maintain a competitive pricing, and how do we know if we achieve that? Is by looking at the market share, and we aim to achieve 30% of market share for the bakery industry. And the second goal is to provide high quality service to the customer, and we will know if we succeed through looking at customer complaints, and the target is to have not more than 30 per month. Next. So the third perspective is the internal process. The first goal is to have stringent hygiene standards, and we look at it during premise inspections with a target of having it weekly. Second goal is to improve our business flow, and we can see that through how long we need to take to complete each process, and the aim is to use less than half a day or around 12 hours. So looking at innovation and learning, the first goal is to improve our employees' skills, and we look at that in terms of their hours of training, and the target is 32 hours per employee. The last goal is to satisfy customer preferences with the measure of looking at customer feedback, and our target is to achieve 70% of positive feedback. Alright, so now I'll pass the time to Amanda.
So now I'll be talking about customer's perspective. Our first question is, what are we offering that existing and new customers value? Basically, our goal is to have customer satisfaction through competitive pricing. How to know if we have succeeded? We'll use market share, and our target is to have 30% of market share. Now what do I mean? As the bakery market in Singapore is rather saturated, with big names such as Chatty Cherie and Paris Baguette, competitive pricing will actually appeal to new customers and also maintain a favourable impression on existing customers. As market share can tell percentage of market earned, which means that more satisfied customers will lead to a higher market share, 30% target is actually very achievable, and we think that is feasible within the bakery market. Our second question is how to increase customer retention. Our goal is to increase proportion of return customers by providing high quality service, and to know that if we have succeeded, we will use customer complaints with a target of not more than 30 per month. What I mean is that customer service is more responsible for customer churn than price. This means that customer churn means that it is actually customers will be more inclined to move to competitors due to bad service rather than unreasonable prices. Customer service, customer complaints also give insight into quality of service received across outlets island-wide. As BreadTalk has many outlets island-wide, this is efficient for management to collate data and pinpoint areas of improvement. To improve on these areas, management would want not more than 30 complaints, which means that they will only have approximately only one complaint per day. Next, I'll pass my time on to me.
Preston. The perspectives, now I'll be talking about the perspectives of the internal processes. First question, how can we offer high quality food that is safe to eat? Our goal is to achieve stringent hygiene standards and have strict production SOP. SOP means standard operating procedure. And for our measures, we will have premise inspections. How do we have premise inspections for our goods? To achieve the stringent hygiene standards, our central kitchen must be clean. So, and for the strict production SOP, we must ensure that our workers follow our operating procedures and not cut any corners. And for our target, we will have weekly inspections. And now we're talking about the justification. Food hygiene and sanitation is extremely vital to maintain the quality of our food products, as BreadTalk operates within the F&B industry, and it is important that our food has the highest quality. For our premise inspections, we ensure that workers follow our strict SOP to achieve proper food handling. One example would be that workers wear their gloves when handling food at all times. Random food samples are also tested to ensure consistent quality. Weekly inspections for all outlets in the central kitchen. Why we would need weekly inspections is because BreadTalk doesn't just operate within Singapore but operates worldwide, and we want to ensure the highest quality for our customers. Question 2. What can we do to improve our business flow? Our goal is to have the shortest minimum time in each process. For our measures, it would be the time required to complete each process, and the target would be less than half a day or less than 12 hours. For the justification, for example, pre-ordering cakes could take 3 days in advance, and by using technology, we can shorten the ordering process by ordering online. The baking process would be automation, and by ordering online, we would bring convenience to the customers so that they would not need to head down to our shops to make an order. And by ensuring each process takes less than 12 hours, pre-ordering the cakes will be shortened to 1 to 2 days compared to 3 days. Now, I'll pass my time on to Wei Bin.
So now I'll move on to innovation and learning. So for the first question is how to improve the employee skill set. So our goal is that we hope to enrich employees with wider and in-depth knowledge to better serve the customers. So how we plan to achieve a better service is through the hours of training, and we target 32 hours of training per employees. So for the justification, so we hope that our employees will have a more in-depth knowledge on product processes and a wider and the ingredients used in making of our breads. So this will help in improving our customer service. So for example, when the customer is curious about the bread ingredient, our employee will be able to answer their question, and this will help to improve the customer service experience. So secondly is increasing the training hours, give chances for cross-department training. So what we plan to do is that we will divide, there will be 32 hours will be divided into 4 hours, and it will be 1 per week. So for example, the first month employee working at a corporate, they will be taking on for the second week they will be taking on a job at a central kitchen, and this will help them to understand how the making of the breads. Next question 2. So how can we continue to innovate and create value for our customers? So our goal is that we hope to satisfy the customers' wants and needs, and there has been constant changes in the customer preferences. So how do we know if we succeed So we measure it through the customer feedbacks, and we hope to achieve a target of 70% of positive feedbacks. So firstly is we hope to create value for the shifting customer preference. So for example, there has been a trend in the customer being more preferred vegans. So we can develop a new vegan bread targeted at them. Secondly, the management will be able to know if the customers are satisfied with the new products ranges through qualitative customer feedback. So there will be an option of bad, average, and good. So this will help the company in identifying the good customer feedback, and if we achieve a 70% of positive feedback, it shows that majority of our customers are satisfied with our customer services. Okay, now I'll pass on my time to Melissa.
Now I'll be talking about based on the financial perspective. So the first question is, how can BreadTalk spread company and investor risks? The goal is portfolio diversification through business acquisition in other industries, specifically non-F&B, and the target is yes. Based on Investopedia 2019, diversification is the most important component of reaching long-range financial goals while minimizing risk. Hence, acquiring non-F&B business reduces risks from events such as the sudden rise in soft commodities and ingredient costs. For example, recently the Singapore government had mentions on introducing a sugar tax. With the sugar tax, it will increase the prices of sugar, which is a key ingredient in cakes and breads, and would increase the cost price. The second question is, can we improve profitability? The goal is to increase profit margin by improving the net profit margin, and the target is 10%. The average net profit margin is, based on the Investopedia's rule of thumb, the average net profit margin is 10%. But however, our part 1 of our report, BreadTalk's net profit margin is only 3.23% in 2018. Hence, BreadTalk should improve cost control, rectify product pricing, or employ new marketing techniques, which would reduce expenses or increase profit, which will overall help improve its net profit margin. The target is to hit at least 10% of the net profit margin. Now I'll pass my time to Sue, who will explain the strategy map.
So now we'll be talking about the strategy map. So first of all, you can see there is the 4 perspectives: the financial, customer, internal process, and innovation and learning. So if you look over there, I'll just give a brief explanation before going into detail later. So the first is to satisfy customer preferences. So satisfying customer preferences will be helped to do that by maintaining a competitive pricing. So this will increase profitability and therefore increase the overall strategy of having an increased company and shareholders value. Next, if you look at improving employee skill set, this will help improve the business flow and therefore provide a high quality service. And also having stringent hygiene standards also provides high quality service to our customers and therefore increases profitability as well. If you look at portfolio diversification, it also helps to increase our profitability, and all of these work together to achieve the overall goal of having an increase in company and shareholders value. So let's look at it in depth now. So how are the goals connected to achieve an overall strategy? So the words in red will actually be our goals, right? So first, we satisfy customer preferences, for example by innovating new products to suit their shifting preferences, and when we maintain a competitive pricing, customers will be happy, as what customers want is like their value for money. Next. So this will help to build good reputation amongst existing customers and even appeal to new customers. And when this happens, our revenue increases as the sales increase, and therefore so does our profitability. So this will help increase the net profit margin and the EPS, which is the earnings per share. So EPS is how profitable the company is considered. So this will increase the company and shareholders' value. Next. So next, improving employee skill set increases the company's efficiency. This is due to each process being able to complete faster when job specialization is employed. So this will improve the business flow by shortening the process time, the time needed for each process. Okay, next. So adding on to that, we maintain strict hygiene standards so that the food products are safe to eat, properly handled. Other than having a good reputation for F&B company like BreadTalk, this means that we can also provide higher quality service to our customers, and this will improve the proportion of return customers due to them having a favorable impression of BreadTalk. So lastly, adding on to that, we believe that having a diversified portfolio means that BreadTalk should invest in other industries other than F&B so that the investment risk can be spread. Other than helping to increase profitability, it also increases the company and shareholders' value, as having a spread risk means that investors will be more encouraged to invest in BreadTalk Group Limited. So lastly, this means that all the goals working together can achieve our overall strategy. Alright, so next, that will be the end of our presentation. And all come in. So thank you for listening to our FMA presentation. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, do feel free to ask us anytime. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, wow. Yeah.